everyone, I'm Tulsi. Welcome to the channel. Today we are doing 3 mobility tips. That's it, 3 mobility tips for your hips. And all you're going to need is a mat. So firstly, we are going to come into a seated position and I'm gonna sweep my legs forward. Now, if you, like me, have got the back of the sofa or even a wall behind you, please feel free to use it and come in comfy clothing, right? Because this is really gonna help with the hip stretched area. So here, what I would like for you to do is you're gonna keep maintaining a nice tall spine, but you're gonna choose, do I want my heels close to my groin? Do I want them further away with a little bit more of a diamond shape? Or do I need a little bit more space? Yeah, and you're really coming into that 2 triangles with the knees and the toes and the knees and the hips. So in this position, you can either rest your hands on your shins. You may wish to come in about midway, still maintaining that healthy back, pulling on the shins to open up the chest. This could be just enough for you. For those of you who wish to have a little bit more openness in the thighs, you may wish to bring those feet in, but just a pointer. Take those hands around the feet if you're in this position and push open the chest. So we're dropping the shoulders away from the ears, and we are also going to do some mobility tips for your shoulders, so you might want to add that on to this session as well. So this one, we're just going to flutter those knees, so we're really extending and loosening any tension around those inner thighs, and in addition to that hip area. So it's going to help when we go into these next 2 movements. So this is a very good way to really open up the thighs, iron out any niggles around here, and the soft, gentle flutters of the knees will help you get closer to the floor. So if you started off further away, you may wish to come further inwards. But remember, the more and more you do this, if you do this for the next 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to find an increased sense of mobility around the hips. So let's move on to your second move. Letting go of those legs for now and come lay on your back. So laying on your back, I would wish for you to bring the left leg into your chest, nice and close. And now, if this is enough for you and your right foot is planted and bent on the floor, then that's okay. Stay here. For those who wish to extend this hip opener around that right hip, you may wish to extend and just release, just relax that right foot. You don't need to point it, you don't need to flex it, just try and relax, and try and relax this left leg too. Sometimes we're so rigid that it's quite hard to relax those muscles. And so in this position, try and find a neutral position with your neck. Look at the tip of the nose. And if you wish, you may want to take the left knee a little bit closer to the left armpit. That's it. So most of the weight is now pivoting over to the left side. Take a deep breath in here. If this is enough for you, stay here. We're going to move into a 3rd movement, and I'm going to grab the back of, well, not the back, but the side of my left foot. So on the edge, knife edge of my left foot, I'm now going to pick my left leg up. So my foot is now flat up against the ceiling, and I'm getting a nice angle with my heel and hip. So this could be your full expression. You could think this is enough. If you wish to, bring that knee in a little bit closer towards that left armpit and see if you can press the foot on that imaginary ceiling. So you're really opening up the left side of your groin, you're opening up the left anterior aspect of your hip, and then you're settling into this with 2 more breaths. Sometimes it takes us a little bit of time to actually relax our muscles, to actually allow ourselves. This position is very vulnerable, which is why I've saying come in comfy clothing. Come in comfy clothing, relax, and see if you can just feel your body. What is it trying to tell you? What areas is it tight? Where do you feel vulnerable? And how can you soften, be more compassionate to yourself in this expression? Beautiful. Okay, so bending this left knee a little bit closer, we are now going to bend that right knee and then come into that half butterfly position. So this is your next expression. So we've kind of taken it into another level. We've got right side in that half butterfly position. Pick where you would wish that knee to come closer, but you're bending it towards the right side. The left knee is coming closer to the armpit. And now we're really feeling from the back of the left knee all the way across the groin up to the outside, inside of the right thigh, the right knee. So having a really big diagonal lengthening. One more breath here. Beautiful. Bring both knees into the chest very gently. Just rock from side to side. Maybe even just give those knees a little bit of a circle. And then that could have been a little bit intense. So just give yourself a little bit of compassion before you move on to the next side. Bringing that right knee in. Remember, we're not strictly hugging it together. If you wish to drop your left leg to the mat, stay here. But we're just gently just hugging it in, no pressure. If you wish to extend that left leg, please do so. It might find a little bit more relief around that left hip because it was contracted for that whole time. And now it gets to breathe. Now you get to release the left foot. Now you get to relax that right foot. Relax the shoulders, the head and neck. And if you're coming with me, you will want to take the knife edge of the right foot and come in a little bit closer to that right armpit. Remember, you can just keep it hugging in. So you can just hold it and hug it in. You don't need to flex the foot. If you're coming with me, we're flexing the foot up to the sky and then releasing the knee towards the armpit. Breathe here. Feel what's tight. Accept and bring more compassion and love to this area. Especially if you're a female, around this womb space, there's a lot of intimacy here. There is a lot of history here. There's a lot of creation around this place. So what is your relationship like around the hips? Because we tend to find this area quite vulnerable. It's a storage for our unchecked, unaccounted for emotions. Breathe here. Beautiful. Now, if you wish to bend that left knee, bringing the heel closer to the groin and the knee outwards towards the left side. And this is where you are going to feel, I'm just going to move my microphone, peace. And you are going to need probably a little bit more pull with that right knee. Again, it depends upon where you are at this point. Breathe here. 2 more breaths. Now you've got 2 options. You may either release the right leg and just take those feet together, and you may wish to even put a block or a cushion either side of those thighs if this is a bit too much. You can even curl the fists towards each other and just nestle them at the top of the thighs, giving them a little bit of a relaxation, opening up the hips here. Or if you wish to come into the full expression and both knees are coming closer to the armpits. We're going to hold each position for 3 breaths. So if you're coming with me, come into the position, but we're going to imagine we've got a straight line from the tailbone to the top and the back of the head. And I want you to really push down. If you can imagine, you are essentially in a squat position, a very deep squat position. So for those of you who have trouble in a squat, this is a very good hip opener. And again, see if you can relax. The more and more you relax, the more closer your knees will come to those armpits. And if this is a bit too much, you may wish to release those hands and just clasp the legs, the shins. You may wish to take those arms underneath the thighs and just give those legs a little bit of a chill. One more breath here. Lower both legs down and just come into that open butterfly position. This is our resting position. If you have more time, I recommend staying here for another 5 minutes. You can rest your hands on the womb space. You can clasp the fists together and rest it between the mat and the upper thigh, just for that extra support. And next time, maybe consider some extra blankets or some props you can bring with you. And breathe here. See how much more you can relax. Forget about the to-do list. This is a decision you made to take care of yourself, to honor yourself, to respect your body. See if you can take this moment to breathe. And I'm going to leave you right here to take in as many breaths as you wish. And closing out this video, I will see you soon.